Congressman Bob Good here with your weekly update from Washington, the good news from Washington when we're in session here in D.C. I wanted to let you know the president, of course, rolled out his $6.9 trillion budget yesterday, the largest budget in the history of the country. This is going to just throw gas on the fiscal fire if we were to allow this to come to fruition. Of course, we're not going to do that when we've got $32 trillion in national debt. On the other hand, we Republicans, specifically members of the House Freedom Caucus, held a press conference today and did a release of what our budget plan is, which is to put us on a path to fiscal stability by cutting about $900 billion in spending in the immediacy, and then also putting reforms in place that will put us on a path to fiscal balance in the years ahead. You'll hear more about that in the coming days. In our committee work, the Education Workforce Committee this week, we marked up or debated and amended some bills, two bills in particular, the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act, trying to stand up for the rights of women and girls to compete against other women and girls instead of having to compete against transgender males in sports or in athletics. And then we also worked on our Parents' Bill of Rights, and I had 5 amendments that I put forth that were approved and added to the bill that would make it stronger. Things like ensuring that only parents can approve vaccines for their children in schools, and to ensure that if a child expresses gender dysphoria, that parents have to be notified. And then the other one that I'll highlight is that school personnel cannot target parents for retaliation by law enforcement just because parents are standing up for their children. Other things that we voted on this past week were a Wounded Warriors Access bill to allow veterans to more easily access their records related to benefits they receive from the VA. And then the Protecting Speech from Government Interference Act. I also had an amendment there to protect law enforcement's ability or ensure their ability to fight against obscenity, particularly as it applies to children. And then finally, we also voted on the COVID-19 Origin Act to get to the bottom of what was the real cause of the COVID-19 virus that hit our shores a couple of years ago, and then to repeal Biden's EPA Waters of the U.S. rule, which is an environmental and climate extremist policy that really makes it tough on our farmers and our ranchers. So thanks for letting me represent you as your congressman for Virginia's 5th District.